except for hers was longer. That's why I was like, oh, I would be super pissed off. I would be like bazooka pissed off. I was like, oh my god, she went through the same situation as me, except for their relationship was a year and mine was only a month. I would be like, tie somebody to a pole and shoot him with a bazooka pissed off. Like not even the person that like is ghosting me, but just somebody. Just fucking. I was like, oh god damn it. Okay. So I was making a video about how I had an idea for a show. Okay, so my show idea, of course, is already a show. Obviously. Okay. Because remember, I don't have any original ideas and nobody ever does. I guess, or maybe it's just me. I can never have an original idea. But yeah, so not only does the show already exist, and it's called exactly what I would have called it, but here's the part that literally just... The part that gets me is that, okay, I was inspired by the show because it was like an off branch of like a catfish idea, right? I was like, oh, and I was inspired by it because it was like an idea, like, and you know what? It's made by the same people as catfish. I don't know if that means that I'm smart or autistic. I don't know what it means.
Previously in one of Kyle's nonsensical ramblings.
Somebody's going to make this show after I say this. You know, I feel like that's going to happen. Catfish, right? Catfish, I've always been jealous of their show because I'm like, that's my dream job. They literally get an email. They are like, oh, an adventure. They go on that adventure. They film it. They edit it down. That's an episode. And it's a whole story every time. And it's adorable and it's amazing. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, I wish I could have a show like that where I just get an email from somebody. I go out and investigate or do this quest. And then the other day, I was like, oh my God. I literally had an idea for a show with that same sort of outline. And it'd be called Ghosted.
I will find you. And I will...
He needs some milk.
Catfish, right? They track down people on the internet that have been lying to them, and they find out the truth. Whether this person is the person, or whether they're not the person. I feel like since almost everybody's been ghosted, I feel like I'd put like a message out like, hey, if anybody's ever been ghosted in like a weird situation where you feel like you need closure because it's driving you insane, hit me up.
Have you ever been ghosted? Totally left in the dark by someone you care about? No texts, no DMs, nothing.
This is MTV's Ghosted.
So obviously. So of course. I don't know whether I'm a genius or if I'm just dumb as fuck. I don't know. It's beyond me. I don't even know anymore. So it already exists. And so, I'm watching them all, right? So of course I've like, next thing you know, I've watched all of them. And of course I love it because it was my idea. And you know what? I said that I didn't want to put time and effort into doing the idea. And so it's almost like I get my way, you know, except for I didn't see it that way until literally just now. But it's almost like I got my way because I wanted this to be a thing. Yeah, because I'm so interested. And you know what? I was right. It's interesting, and I'm fucking tripping, and I'm so smart and right all the time. That's great. Perfect. I love that. That's great. That's really good. So, I'm not even mad that Ghosted is already a thing. I'm not even mad. Because, yeah, I mean, I was able to watch episodes. I knew it would be a good show. You know, that's why I had the idea. I was like, it'll be a good show. And so I watched. It is a good show, and I like it. But I did do some investigating because I'm a piece of shit. And I learned something. Travis Mills is also a piece of shit. No, just kidding. Sort of. So, when I saw that introduction, I was like, oh, Travis Mills has been ghosted? Haha, that makes me feel better. Good. Okay, so yeah, people are crazy. He's so beautiful. Look at him, yeah. Travis has been ghosted, so yeah, people just ghost people. And then I wanted to hear their ghosting stories. It says that him and that girl bonded over their ghosting stories. So I looked into it and I wanted to hear their ghosting stories. And hers was legitimate, but it wasn't like as crazy as I thought. But yeah, hers was legitimate. But the only reason hers isn't as crazy as I thought is because she's not ghosted from that person nowadays. Nowadays, she is friends with that person. So she was, even though she was ghosted, she was able to eventually talk to that person and like get closure, and they're like friends now. And yeah, it's like based off of or whatever. It's like not based off of, but like it's sort of like Catfish, right? And the reason that I like Catfish, the reason that Catfish works out in my mind, and why it's so cute and wholesome, and why I love it, is because of Neve and Max. You know what I mean? So Neve had been catfished before. That's where his passion for the show comes from. It's because he knows how it feels to be catfished. And so that's why the whole show exists, is because he's out there helping people because he's passionate about it. He knows how it feels, right? And so that's what I thought with these people. And that's how they made it seem in the introduction. Like, oh yeah, this has happened to us, so we're going to help out other people because we know how it feels, right? Max, I don't know if he's ever been catfished or whatever. But, you know, he's chilling there, and he's, you know, part of it, and he's wholesome and adorable also. But after I watched their interview, Travis Mills and this girl, I should probably learn her name. Intermission. Sorry, I had to just choke on my own face real quick. It happens every now and again. It's one of my best features. So, but yeah, so when I watched this podcast of his where they talk about their ghosting situation, I realized that Travis T. Mills to Compton Mills, he hasn't even ever been ghosted. Says in the introduction that they bond over their ghosting stories, and it makes it seem like, oh, they're wholesome and they know how it feels, and that's why they're going out to help these people, because they know how it feels to get ghosted. But, A of all, they don't, because first off, she got closure with her situation, so she doesn't really know how it feels. I mean, she did at one point, but doesn't really anymore. And then his ghosting story that they bonded over was him ghosting somebody. But even better, it was him ghosting somebody that he had just met. You know what I mean? And he even says that. He even says that he's the one that ghosted this chick. You know what I mean?
Same.
So yeah, I definitely ghosted
Aren't you
her.
afraid that she's gonna find you?
I don't know. I've told this story though, like over the years in multiple interviews, and I'm good.
Hey, look, I didn't mean anything malicious by it. I was 18.
See, he did say that. You know what I mean? But so I was like, oh, okay, well now I don't feel as good. Because, you know, when you watch Neve and Max, you're like, oh, Neve knows how it feels to be catfished. That's why this show is so cute. But it's not like Max, who's the other person, is like, I've actually catfished a few people in my life. Because no, that would take away the credibility. If you knew that, like, Neve and Max were filming this show, and one of them had catfished people before, it's kind of like working against the grain, you know? I mean, I don't know. It just kind of made me upset.